Okay everyone, welcome back to part 11 of Doki Doki Literature Club. I am the Passionfruit Whalrus, and we are hunting Yuri, who seems to have run off with the water pitcher, I think, or possibly the kettle. So we're going to find out where she's been. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. Ha ha, ha ha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? Is this Yuri cutting herself? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Huh. Yeah. Okay, that's getting pretty dark. So she was cutting herself. Pain sharp inhale, like breathing, okay, what noise? Start logical place, let's see. Board. It's rewinding. It's rewinding! Why did it rewind? That's weird. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently, Passionfruit. Do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. You resets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. That's really fucking weird. So I find her cutting herself, and then suddenly we're just magically back in the classroom. There's definitely weird shit going on. I think Monica's behind it, but something weird's going on with Yuri too. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Haha. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. Ah. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Passionfruit. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Passionfruit, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Eh, why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Ah, sorry, I didn't realise. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes! It's not her posture. It's something else. Why would she have back pain, though? I mean, she's cutting herself, but I don't see why that would give her back pain. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolates as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. I won't take any. Hey, are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any holder... Oh dear, I'm gibbering again. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. I like the way they've got the dust motes animated. That's pretty cool. They could really have done more with like the I don't know, the sort of pictures, animation, that kind of thing, and having voices and stuff. But yeah, I do. That's a nice little touch that they put in. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Passionfruit? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. Oh, so is she going to run off and cut herself again? So she's like massively sexually repressed or something. And she goes off to cut herself to like relieve the pressure or something? Weird. I can't... Passionfruit. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Passionfruit. My heart. My heart won't stop pounding, Passionfruit. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Passionfruit? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Crazy eyes. Ha. Oh, fuck. Okay. Huh? The crazy eyes are bloody weird. Okay. It's time to share poems. Fuck, that was weird. Could have done without the crazy eyes. The rest was alright though, but that was bloody weird. Well, perhaps we've had a bit too much of Yuri for the moment, so maybe we'll show our poem to Monica first. I hope it's a bit different this time, because I don't want to read too much of the same stuff over and over again. Passionfruit, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. Ah, so that's why you erased my memory. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you, which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? Yes, it is. She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. Fuck, this is really going downhill, isn't it? I wonder what the fucking problem with Natsuki is. And Monica, come to think of it. I wonder if she's got a problem or if she's like the ringleader behind it all, because weird stuff is happening. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. Blimey. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head and I know how to treat my club members. It's interesting how she does keep sort of pushing herself, but you don't really get much of a choice to do anything with her except that one point at the festival, where you have to choose someone to go with. But anyway, you want to read my poem now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colours they won't. Bright beat with full colours, flashing, accepting, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating drums, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like and so on. Like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. What the fuck is that about? And let's yeah. Delete her. Oh, that's quite good. That's very ominous. So what? Is she going to try and kill Yuri because I'm spending all my time with Yuri? So what is this? Monica is some sort of magical lunatic and she's after me, but she's killing off the competition? Something like that? This is weird, but it's kind of... Oh, crap. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Yeah, it's demented ravings. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? It's interesting that she does that again, but presumably that means there's an important decision coming up. But I actually noticed that once you actually start replaying, well, not replaying, but when you enter like the second phase of the game, all your previous save games actually go. So this is actually bullshit because you can't go back, which is an interesting touch that they've added. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? Please help me. What? This game is just mad. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Weird. Absolutely weird. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it, but it's so fucking weird. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either, so this is the same again. Phew, what? Ah, well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. It's funny how he's just taking all this in his stride. Like, I mean, Monica just gave him this demented poem. And he's made no comment on it, really. And she's also told him about Yuri, and yet he hasn't really commented on that either. You'd think he'd be alarmed or have something to say, but no. It's bizarre, actually. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. I think you're at least being influenced by Yuri a little bit, aren't you? I mean, I know you've been, like, spending some time with her or whatever. But, you know, Monica and I are just as good as her. What, you cut yourselves as well and get it insanely turned on over nothing? At poems, I mean. So you should really try to learn something or you'll never get better. Here's the one I wrote. I'll make sure you learn something from it. Amy likes spiders. Again. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I've heard her singing my favourite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Is that the same? So... perhaps this is more like a reference to maybe Yuri's cutting herself and obvious madness, and possibly Monica's, I suppose. Who knows? But it's strange that it's the same. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I just warming up. So this is all the same again. Message is pretty... I don't have to explain it. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. A weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Yeah, they were doing that last time as well. But maybe they do, but not everyone cuts themselves and every time they get horny and other weird things. Makes me wonder what's wrong with Natsuki. And we don't know what's wrong with Monika yet, but I'm sure she's some sort of witch. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. Yeah. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? Well, if you're subtly talking about Yuri, well, she is hurting herself. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things, such as two of the girls in this very club whom I respectfully won't name. Kind of ironic that even in my one place of comfort I can't even have people respect me. Geez, now you're making me complain too much. What did I do? For what it's worth, I respect you. Well, I guess thanks. But it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more. Whatever, we're done sharing so you can leave now. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Passionfruit. This one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Pick up on it? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. That makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued, Passionfruit. Everything that you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Passionfruit? I'm not being weird, right? Well, yeah, a bit, actually. I am having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now, I just want you to read my poem too, okay? Oh, bloody hell, it would be so nice if she actually wrote in sort of block capitals or something easy to read. Or just not joined up. Right. A rotating wheel turning on an axle grinding. Bolt head linear gearbox falling sky. 7 holy stakes. A docked ship. A portal to another world. A thin shape? Something tied to a thin rope tied to a thick rope. A town harness? A torn harness? Parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels. Existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning. A prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times, every time it ticks every second time, A bolthead of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes. Breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes. Breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. That's a fascinating little creation. It's a lot of bizarre imagery, and it's, yeah, she's totally gone off the rails, but that's quite entertaining. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it with your hands, your sexy, sexy walrus hands. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yeah, I guess. Another mad one, I suppose. Can you hear me? That was weird. Okay, everyone. Fucking hell. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? There's something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come and sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Why is everything red, and why are they're just doing this same thing about the festival now? New members, that's a concern of mine as well. What the fuck's going on now? Ugh, okay. That was just weird. Why did it go black? I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? That was just weird. What the hell was that about? I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Passionfruit joined and we've started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members. And the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know. What's so great about getting new members, anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. Right, so she's a sort of freaky loner witch type who's trapped Passionfruit in this club, I suppose. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Passionfruit? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Passionfruit to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Passionfruit joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Passionfruit isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Passionfruit want to get more members too. Right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue this situation... no? Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did. But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Passionfruit, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Pussy, probably. I mean, that was basically it, wasn't it? And the first time he was dragged there by Sayori and the promise of cookies, and then he stayed there because of the attractive women. And that's basically it, really, isn't it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a chance not to join. Monika sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this, anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me, and now Monika wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Passionfruit, it's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have any opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about the obnoxious brat? That obnoxious brat. I mean, I know how nice and quiet the club is right now, and I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Blimey. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Passionfruit? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monika. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. Did she just... Oh, she's bleeding blood from her eye now. That's fucking weird. What the hell? Okay. So do you have to replay this like 4 times or something, however many times it is, with like one less girl each time? Strange. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monika with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. All right? Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. Eh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. But Monika, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Passionfruit? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Passionfruit before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monika. In that case, I'll see the 2 of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monika waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a little bit hectic lately, haven't they? Passionfruit, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at the club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. Oh, it's fuzzing again. I feel like I am responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know. I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. with how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet. What? Strange. Maybe she's trapped as well. Okay. Unending. Marshmallow. Secretive. Unrestrained. Kiss. Smile. Heart. Massacre again. Inferno. What the fuck is going on up here? That's gone weird. Beauty. Kawaii. Incongruent. Disown. Sunny. Incapable. Boop. Tragedy. Uncontrollable. Universe? Oops, I don't even know what the last one was. Hi, Passionfruit. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I bought my best tea today. Monica! I told you not to. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Alright, okay. I think we'll leave it there then and see what's going on in the next part. So thank you for watching, and bye-bye for now.